So, hello and assalamu alaikum. Once again, we are back with our C++ course. So, in the previous lecture, we ended here with the output of adding two numbers. So, we will continue from here. And in this lecture, we will discuss more about variables. And in this lecture, we will also learn how to get input from your keyboard. तो लेक्चर के अंदर हम लोग जो है वेरिएबल्स के बारे में थोड़ा सा और पढ़ेंगे और कीबोर्ड से इनपुट लेना सीखेंगे। ठीक हो गया, तो हम पहले पिछले कोड को क्लियर आउट कर देते हैं। अब हम लोग क्लियर कर दें इसको। ओके, so now we would start from another variable known as string. What is the purpose of string? String is a variable that can store values of collection of alphabets. Just like we will declare a variable known as string a. Okay, there is a variable a which can store any value of or any collection of alphabets. You could say, and it could also store a value of a sentence or a name or class or anything we can write with the help of alphabets. यानी जो भी हम alphabets की collection की मदद से कुछ भी नाम कुछ का किसी का एड्रेस किसी का कुछ लिख सकते हैं, कोई सेंटेंस वो a के अंदर आ जाएगा. ओके, so now we would write a cout statement. We will write enter your your name. Okay, this is our cout statement that will be visible to the user in the terminal as output. Now we will know how to get input. To get input, the syntax is cin opposite brackets as the previous we used in the cout statement. The opposite direction of brackets we will use in the cin statement to get the input. So input we will use the variable. In the variable we will use cin a. What is the meaning of this now statement? When the user will the computer will ask enter your name, and you will enter your name in using the cin statement. The anything except name, or if you enter your name, it will be stored in the value of a, which means a would be storing anything you will enter in through the help of keyboard when it will ask to enter your name. Okay, and when you will enter the name, we will ask it to cout, which means to represent your input statement as output. Okay, just like your name is a, which means any value that you have written which is stored in a will come out as cout statement. Okay, now we would run it and see what happens. So the code is running. Enter your name. So here we will write our name, Haram, and now we'll click enter. Your name is Haram, which means the Haram was stored in A, and at the end we couted the statement A. Okay, so this was how to take input and variable string. Now I could also tell you about other variables, just like instead of string we could use float. Float is used to store decimal values having points in between numbers. So enter a float value C in A, and the any value you will enter as float will come out as output. Now let's see it by running the code. So here comes the output. Enter float value. Will enter 56.98. The outer statement, and the answer is 56.98. Okay, this is how it works. And there is also a char variable that just acts like a string, but it can only store a single alphabet, not a collection of alphabets. Enter character value. Char stands for character basically. Okay, and now we will run the code. Running the code in the terminal, output coming. Here we go. A we have written, and the cout statement. Your name is A. Your name is A is just the, we could say, not the meaning of A. We are just showing you how to get the output using different kinds of variables. Your name is not A. You could understand कि अब आपका नाम तो नहीं A हो सकता, वो तो हम लोग आपको सिर्फ समझाने के लिए कर रहे हैं. Okay, so now we'll get on further, and the next thing we will discuss here will be else if statements. which means we will write any conditions, and if the condition is true, the code will run and give that output, and if the condition is false, the code will give other output. So we will just give the basic intro of else if statements in this lecture, and we will discuss the else if statements briefly in the next coming lecture. Okay, so let's just write a basic code using else if statements, यानी हम if else को यूज करते हुए बेसिक सा कोड लिखते हैं ताकि आपको थोड़ा सा आइडिया हो जाए नेक्स्ट लेक्चर. Okay, so I will declare two int variables. Int a is equal to 6, oh sorry 7, and int b is equal to 9. Okay, now I am going to use if statements. If else, if, now I am writing the condition a plus b is greater than 10, then it would come inside the curly brackets and see out winner, and if a plus b is less than 10, again it will come inside the curly brackets and see out loser. Okay, now we will run the code and see what happens. Run code. In the terminal we will see the output. So there it comes winner, because 7 plus 9 it comes 16 and it is greater than 10, so the statement is present inside the uppercase runs. Why I have written if two times? I was discussing if else previously, यानी मैं पहले if else बोल रहा था तो मैंने if क्यों दो दफा यूज किया. The difference between if else is that if you write two if conditions or multiple if conditions, the compiler will run each if condition and check if that if condition which becomes true, then only that one is compiled and the output is given inside that one. And while if we write if after that else if, then after checking the condition that one is true, it will not compile the code remaining till the end. Okay, एंड दिस इज ओनली द डिफरेंस, यानी जब इफ हम यूज करते हैं तो हर एंड तक कोड को रन करता रहता है जहाँ तक जब तक सारा कोड रन नहीं हो जाता. लेकिन अगर हम एल्स इफ यूज करें तो उसके अंदर जोन सी स्टेटमेंट ट्रू हो जाए उसके बाद वाला कोड वो रन ही नहीं करता. ओके हो गया. सो दिस वाज द बेसिक. एंड नाउ इफ यू आर यूजिंग else instead of if multiple conditions, you will write else. And you, when you are writing else, you don't need to write the conditions else, because literally else only means that the previous condition if is not true, then run this, which means यानी अगर आपकी पिछली कंडीशन ट्रू नहीं है फिर जो मर्जी हो जाए आपने यही रन करना है. If means if the output of a plus b is not greater than 10, if it is equal to 10 or less than 10, give output is equal to loser. So now we will do a change. 9, we have changed the value of a1, which means the sum of these two would become 10, and now we will see what is the output. Okay, we are running the code and here we go, the output is loser. So this was the basic understanding of if else. We will understand it in the next lecture more briefly. Till now, here it is only just an introduction so that you may know what we are going to do further in the next classes. Okay, so till here it is goodbye from me and Allah Hafiz.